So we're going to go over how we develop support for a complex adjustment using paired sales analysis. Last time we did one of these demonstrations, we did a simple adjustment. Essentially, we found two model match homes. One had a pool, one didn't, and we were able to extract from that a market value for a pool. That's fine when you're doing a very common adjustment, but for something less common, you don't always have as much available data. So sometimes you have to solve for more than one variable. So we're going to go over an adjustment, in this case an externality. We're going to come up with market support for a home that backs to train tracks. So our process is similar. We set our market we want to search here. We look for the ones, we know this one has train tracks, and we marked it. And we're going to look for the most similar one we can find, and we come across this one right here. This one says it's 1,100 square feet. This one says 1,000, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. They're both in the same subdivision. This is actually inaccurate. They're both actually 1,000. So they're a model match home. So these are pretty good candidates to try and extract data from. So we go through our same process. We plug in the MLS numbers to our data fulfillment software. We go into our appraisal software. We go into our blank file here that we just name adjustments that we use over and over for this purpose. And we transport the data from our data fulfillment software into here so we have a nice easy comparison. So as you can see, comparable 1 here has train tracks, and that's what we're trying to isolate for. But there's a difference in site value. This one has a larger site, and this home has a pool. So we're going to have to compensate for these two factors in order to isolate for these. So in order to do that, we have a couple of options. One, we would start the process all over again to try and solve for a pool and also solve for the surplus land here. As you know, as I've explained before, we are big proponents of saving our adjustment data for future use. So we're going to go over why that's valuable and how that helps us here. So as we've discussed last time, we save our data here at this website called Appraiser Trader. It's a free website for appraisers. You just go here to sign up to manage your data, create an account, and you can save, catalog, store your data with a simple search function to be able to find. So let me log into my account. Okay, so log into my account here, and you can see I've done quite a few adjustments. So looking at our thing, the first thing we're going to try and do, we're going to figure out the difference here for the surplus land. So let's see if we've created any data before, and we'll do a quick search. Okay, and it pulls up our surplus land adjustments that we've done. And what jumps out, here's one that we've done right here in the exact same, this is in Chandler, and the same zip code that we're in. So let's take a look at this one, see if this fits our needs. So this is the surplus land adjustment. These are just two vacant lots. One's larger than the other, sold for different prices. You just break it down to price per square foot. Here's the notes up here. Comes out to be $2.82 per square foot. Makes perfect sense. So we're going to note here, it's ID number 3260, and it's $2.82 per square foot. So we'll do the math here. And the difference between these times $2.82 is $4,311. You can do a plus adjustment here, or you can do a minus adjustment here. I like to isolate, so I keep the adjustments on this side. So now we need to find a pool adjustment to compensate for it. So we'll check our stored data here. Okay, and as you can see, we've done quite a few pool adjustments over the time. It's a pretty common one here in the Arizona market. And I wanted to see if we find one. So we have several in the city of Chandler, which are useful and helpful, but we don't have one in this actual zip code. So real quick, I'm just going to check here as well. This is another feature of Appraiser Trader that you can, it's an option. This is the paid part of it. You do get 2 months free in a membership, and if you do want to cancel it, all you do is click to cancel. But this allows you to view your peers' data. So we'll click on the search here, and since I am a member, we'll go through the quick search options and see if one of our peers have done an adjustment for a pool in this market that can help us out in developing this adjustment. Okay, so we're on Chandler. 185,225. And single family, looking between 100 and 300,000. And we want a pool adjustment. See if we got anything. Okay, so it looks like there was one. Pretty similar price range. All right, and here's the support for it. And here's all the notes describing what they did. So first thing, if you're going to use Appear's data, the first thing you need to do is make sure you verify everything. Very important. You got the arm list numbers on here, so you can go ahead and take a quick look to make sure all this information is accurate, make sure everything makes sense. So if you do decide, and I happen to know for this particular one, that it is an accurate adjustment, that the data is accurate, so we can use the ID number. When using Appear's data, make sure you print out a copy. Get a PDF or a hard copy, because all data that is saved in Appraiser Trader, it belongs to the appraiser who provided it. And they can choose to delete it if they want to. So if you don't get a copy and they delete it, you're out of luck. So make sure you do. But we got the ID number here, 1309, and it is $10,910. So we'll note that. And we'll go back to here, and we'll plug that in. Okay. Now in this case, this one has a seller paid concession, completely at your discretion. This is an adjustment, so you can adjust for this, not adjust for it, it's your call. In this case, I do think it is warranted. Okay, so now we compensated for the two variables, and it leaves this isolated. Now all we're going to do is figure out what the difference is. The difference between these two is $4,699. As you can see, that reconciles them. And this is our adjustment for a home that backs to train tracks in this market. So as we did last time, you can save this as a PDF. So you have a very clear, very transparent adjustment of how you develop support for this adjustment. You can put this into your work file, and you're good to go for this adjustment. Now, as we discussed, and as you may have noticed, we are big proponents of saving your data. We already went through all the trouble of developing it, so it only takes a couple more minutes to go ahead and save it. And as you can see, saving your data is very helpful for future, not only future appraisals, but also developing new adjustments. So the last time we went through one of these demonstrations, we showed you how to go in here and create a new adjustment, and you just copy and paste the data out of your appraisal software into here. It just takes a couple of minutes. So we won't go through that whole process this time. Here's the end product. As you can see, it gives you an ID number. Here's the notes, and here's your support of how we developed the adjustment. Now in the notes here, you're going to note that the comparables or model matches located in the subdivision. Comparable 1 adjusted to reflect seller paid points. Comparable 2 was adjusted for surplus land, and we're going to note number 3260. That's the adjustment. That's the catalog number for the adjustment for the surplus land. And for the pool is number 1309. So anybody looking at this can go see exactly how every part of this adjustment was developed. The difference in the adjusted sale prices is $4,699, or approximately 2.4%. So, bottom line, every adjustment and every appraisal you do has to be supported. Whether it's $200,000 adjustment or $100,000 adjustment, whether you're doing a 1004 or a desktop appraisal or any type of other appraisal, your work file requirements are the same. So support everything. Saving your adjustments, your data is a great way to help create new adjustments and also be able to use them for future reference in your future assignments. Anyway, that's our demonstration today. I hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching.